All right, so we've all heard stories about people who've gone from being pardon me? Into the mic. We've all heard stories about people who've gone from being a zero to a hero overnight, but what about the people who go from hero to zero in the same amount of time? And I'm not talking about those dirty bastards who had it coming. We all have it coming. Sorry, folks. At some point in time, life is going to throw you a nasty curveball. And for some of us, it's going to happen more than once. For me, last summer, I was on top of my little world. I had a great six-figure job. I had just launched the social media sobriety test, if any of you have heard of it. Thank you. 3 people took it. Woohoo! And I had a beautiful girl falling in love with me. I mean, that defies the laws of nature. 6 months later, I was unemployed. My kids were worried that I wasn't going to be able to help them with college. And I have to admit, things got a little rocky with the beautiful artist who was falling in love with me earlier. So you're probably asking yourself, well, why did this happen? Well, it's not just physics. The key is that I started believing that my own crap smelled a lot like Chanel No. 5. Okay? When that happens, you begin to believe that when you get laid off, you're not going to fall down, you're going to fall up. You're going to get a groovier job. Well, not so much. I hate to tell you this, guys, but I began to believe that there was some evil supervillain behind this whole thing that was keeping me down. Unfortunately, I was wrong. It was the universe with a kind of wake-up call that involved a G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip. So by May, my career looked a lot like Luke Skywalker's home on Tatooine. Something that had been strafed by stormtroopers. I had 2 sons, at least. It was as if my resume said, this is not the marketing droid you're looking for. Fortunately, I had an Obi-Wan Kenobi. His name's Joseph Campbell. And George Lucas said that he never would have finished Star Wars had he not found Joseph Campbell. So Joseph Campbell said, hey, you know what? This is probably a call to adventure. But I was like Neo. I was kind of a little stubborn. And I said, nah, thanks. I'm okay. You know, I don't mind being just unemployed. And that's a good reason for the universe to kind of drop kick you onto your career path. So how do you know it's the universe? Well, if this is kind of a metaphor for your life, guys, the universe is sending you in a new direction, okay? I'm just telling you. For me, I applied for 150 jobs and I got 0 interviews. Something was wrong. I didn't know what it was. Yeah, I tried Twitter, didn't work. I even called Jason over here. He sent me an email. You're going to have to go down to the rock bottom, and you're going to have to face your deepest, darkest fears. You're going to have to slay that dragon. For me, I approached on being homeless until a bunch of my friends got together and pulled me out and showed me that I couldn't do this by myself. Now, when I started coming out of the bottom of the barrel, I thought I was going to be walking on easy street. Not so much. This is more what my path looked like. A little steep on either side, kind of rocky, a lot of mist ahead. Fortunately, I had Joseph Campbell's map. Yay. And the cool thing about Campbell's map is that he doesn't tell you how to get around everything. He just tells you where you are and probably what you can expect coming next. Now, you're probably thinking, this doesn't sound like the ultimate battle between good and evil, Mark, but it really is. See, the thing is, you're being called to a higher destiny, and your ego's going, whoa, slow down, let's take it easy. We don't need to go out that far. But this is a classic hero's journey. It's happened to everybody, from Rama to Moses, even to Peter Parker. Okay, you want a real-life example? Lance Armstrong. In a second. He's late. Lance Armstrong, if he hadn't battled cancer, he probably never would have won 7 Tour de France's. He certainly would have never motivated millions of people to come out and yeah. But so sometimes it's good to reinvent yourself. When you hit rock bottom, you got to look at why is this happening and how do I get out of it. That's the only way that you can reinvent yourself as a new kind of hero. And when you do, you're going to see that from the view from rock bottom is actually, you're looking up and that's the only way out. And that's actually a pretty good thing. So I hope you enjoy your journey, and thank you very much.